Good morning to everyone. Welcome to the day of 6-day National Level Faculty Development Program on outcome-based education, teaching, learning, and assessment. We are honored to have such a distinguished group of teachers and students joining us. Today's event promises an engaging and enlightening experience for all of us. Let us open our mind and heart to new ideas as we come together to learn new facts and share knowledge. Now, I would like to call Dr. Madhura, PG Coordinator, Mathematics Department, to give welcome address and give a brief introduction to the resource person of the day.
Good morning to all. Today we are all participating in the second day faculty development program on outcome-based education, teaching, learning and assessment. On this occasion, I am glad to welcome today's resource person, Dr. V.N.Rajasekharan Pillai. He is going to deliver a lecture on institutional readiness for interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary education. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also, I would like to welcome all online and offline participants from all over India to this faculty development program. Now it is my privilege to introduce today's resource person, Professor V.N.Rajasekharan Pillai, to the August gathering. Professor Rajasekharan Pillai is Vice Chancellor of Somaiya Vidyavihar University, Mumbai, and concurrently Chancellor of the ICFAI University, Himachal Pradesh. He is a prominent name in the domains of national and international academics. He has played a diverse roles as a teacher, researcher, professor, policy maker, and executive head of institutions of higher education for over 5 decades. An elected fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences, he is one of the top cited chemistry researchers in the country who has supervised over 60 doctoral and postdoctoral researchers. He has been the vice chairman and chairman of the University Grants Commission and also the executive director of National Assessment and Accreditation Council. He has held positions of vice chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi, chairman for Distance Education Council, Government of India, vice chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam, vice chancellor of Cochin University of Science and Technology, Kerala, Executive Vice President of Kerala State Council for Science, Technology and Environment. Ex-Officio Principal Secretary of Department of Science and Technology, Government of Kerala, Chairman of Kerala Coastal Zone Management Authority and Chairman of Kerala Biotechnology Commission. He has also served as the Chancellor of ICFAI University, Tripura, and serves on the IFHE board. He has served on the Director Board of Apollo Hospitals also. Professor Rajasekharan Pillai is one of the governing council of Association of Indian University, New Delhi. This is the brief introduction about today's resource person. On behalf of management, college, and myself, once again, I cordially welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Now I request Professor to share the valuable knowledge with our participants.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Dear participants, I hope you will enjoy the session. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I hope I am audible. No, I am talking from my office in Bombay. Professor Rajasekharan Pillai, Vice Chancellor of the University. And let me, first of all, thank the National College authorities for extending me an invitation to participate in this faculty development program, specifically intended for outcome-based education. I am glad to address the participants from different colleges and universities attending this event. I understand from the introduction that the overall theme of the 7-day FDP is outcome-based education. And today I am advised to talk about their institutional readiness for interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary education in the university system in the country. I know that the participants are teachers and researchers from the various universities and colleges in and around Bangalore, maybe outside as well. As per the new education policy, it is mentioned about several highlights have been given about the importance of interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary education. When it comes to interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary education, we have to define what is meant by interdisciplinary and what is meant by transdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary, I am a chemist. From the introduction, you have heard I am a chemist. I am a chemist basically. Chemistry and physics, when I do together, it may not be interdisciplinary. Or chemistry and biology, it is not interdisciplinary. But when I integrate the biological principles into my own area of chemical research, it is interdisciplinary. Similarly, when somebody integrates economics or computer science into biology, it is interdisciplinary interdisciplinary in nature. So we have, for example, in our institutions, we are talking about institutional readiness. We have several departments in our colleges and universities, and we have schools and departments. The Department of Economics, Department of Commerce, Department of History, Department of Education, Political Science, different departments. To some extent, they are standalone departments in the sense that in the program development. Program, I mean teaching programs. In the teaching program development, we teach probably BCom, we probably BA Economics, we teach probably zoology. I don't know whether zoology is there, but even now zoology is there in conventional colleges. I'm quite aware. I have come to National College also very long ago. So zoology, botany, in many institutions, maybe during the last 20-25 years, zoology, botany, all these things have been converted into biosciences or life sciences together. That is some sort of an integration which has happened in the disciplines. So all our institutions are discipline based. That's what I want to emphasize. In discipline based, we have departments. We have I do not know. Maybe university has schools also. Under the schools, there may be different departments. Similarly, all these disciplines, for example, are grouped under faculties. Faculty of Science, we have different subjects. Faculty of Humanities, Faculty of Social Sciences, Faculty of Language and Literature, Faculty of Commerce and Business Studies. There are different faculties. And under each faculty also, you have different departments. And this is for offering the degrees to undergraduate students and postgraduate students. So what is necessary nowadays is not just education or higher education which is limited to one discipline alone. What is required is higher education and research, teaching and research, definitely in one discipline, but across integrating the principles of other relevant disciplines also. For example, long ago, maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago, we have statistics, biostatistics was there. For our part of zoology and botany, statistics was taught to students. This was for biostatistics. Of course, it's very important to understand the diversity and all that. Statistics is very important. Now you have seen that biology is integrated to, computer science. We have bioinformatics. So it is essentially some sort of advancement from the biostatics to bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is definitely an integrated interdisciplinary area, and lot of new things are happening in bioinformatics, whether it be in drug design, in molecular biology. Lot of things are happening in structural elucidation. Bioinformatics is happening. Similarly, when computer science or information technology is integrated in chemistry, there is a subject known as chemoinformatics. It's very important. Chemoinformatics is very important. For example, you can find out the millions of different possibilities of molecules, and from there you can derive which is the molecule which is active. So chemoinformatics is an area. So we have computer science integrated into biology, computer science integrated into chemistry, and all that. So this is definitely some sort of an interdisciplinary approach to dealing with education. So let me look at the institutional readiness. So if, of course, if there are computer science departments, if there are information technology departments, if there are biology departments, if there are chemistry department, there is definitely the possibility of integrating or introducing these disciplines also. Maybe I am quite aware of the some sort of a stiffness in our regulatory system, even though we maybe this college may be an autonomous empowered college, or it may be university, but even then we are sticking to conventional disciplines. So maybe to start with, what we can do is integrating such areas, such relevant areas into the subjects. Similarly, when I am talking about an existing system, but now artificial intelligence, data science, big data analytics, all these things are coming in a big way. It is a combination of mathematics, statistics, and computer science, big data analytics and all. So big data analytics, data science, all these things can be all these things are very necessary for advanced learning, advanced research in the area, in the conventional basic science disciplines. When I say basic science disciplines, probably my background as a teacher in science is reflected in my presentation, but this is also very important in other subjects as well. For example, economics, it's going to be very important, economics and finance, in financial technology, data science, big data analytics, all these things are going to be much more important than in basic sciences. So earlier I mentioned, we maybe 50 years ago, we started integrating statistics into zoology and botany and all that, biostatistics. Later it has been turned to bioinformatics. Now on artificial intelligence, data science, big data analytics, all these things can be stepwise integrated into our conventional disciplines. Therefore, we have a readiness. We have a readiness. For example, you may be teaching data. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
In between something I heard at that time. So this integration has been happening systematically, but there, of course, because of the limitations of the boards of studies, faculty, academic councils and all that, they can work in a different specific areas only. But even within that possibility, there is possibility of integrating. There is possibility of integrating these new subjects into education. We need not wait. For example, can I ask, National College is an autonomous college, no? It's an autonomous college, no?
Yes, it is an autonomous college.
Autonomous college. So I think even though the university finally gives the autonomous college has the authority to integrate, maybe teach some of these subjects in a preparatory way to get ourselves into the interdisciplinary education. So integrating these subjects into the basic sciences, integrating the subjects into commerce and economics, integrating this technologically relevant subjects into economics, all these things are going to be very important. But of course, when it comes to professional education, management in management education also, these areas are very important. We can integrate some of the subjects in our undergraduate and postgraduate curriculum by way of minor degrees, maybe if the university permits, by way of minor degrees. And then when I say institutional readiness for interdisciplinary integration of such subjects as I illustrated now, we have to look at the national education policy also. The national education policy clearly articulates that 40% of the credits can be earned from anywhere outside the system. You are aware of it, no? 40% of the credits can be earned. 40% of the credits can be earned through online education. It can be from industry. It can be from any other institution. And also we have introduced the academic bank of credits. So it is not, of course, when I say this thing, maybe full-fledged autonomous universities can directly do that, but autonomous college has to get the permission of the university to do such things, because the degree is ultimately given by the university. But out of the 40% credits which can be earned from outside, what does it mean? We need to only teach 60% of what is required for a degree in our own college or at the university. The rest 40% can be from industry, it can be from other institution, it can be from another college, it can be from another university, it can be offered by a foreign university professor. All these things are possible. All these things are possible. When I say these things, can I do it immediately? Certain colleges will have limitations, but these are possible things. But we have to work towards this particular system. Then only things will improve. That is called. This is the interdisciplinary education, and therefore we can say we have to make ourselves ready. Who will make, for example, when we talk about institutional readiness, who will make the institution ready? You have to suggest. The Board of Studies of that particular subject has to suggest, this is the in thing. This technology has to be learned. Artificial intelligence is very important for economics also. Artificial intelligence is important for biology also. This point has to be brought by the teachers, and this has to be discussed in the Board of Studies. Some sort of a curriculum has to be prepared for that, how to integrate, and maybe without affecting the overall system, how examination can be conducted for these things. All these things you have to decide. And then we should also have credit sharing pattern, credit sharing agreement, credit sharing articulation with other institutions. Of course, I work in a university now. I was also, of course, I was introduced. I was also Vice Chancellor for a few affiliating universities. I work with the university now. So we are just looking. We are teaching now only 60%, 60 to 70% of our core curriculum in our university. The rest of the 30 to 40% is from NBTEL. It is from the online platform. It is from Coursera. Of course, somebody mentioned that course. All our students are have the licenses for Coursera. University has provided it. They are learning these things, and of course, from that MIT and other institutions also have been providing online education in a big way. Probably some of the courses in our country, it is possible that some of the courses you can earn from the online education system or open education system also. Indira Gandhi National Open University recently has suggested that their credits will be transferred to other universities. Certain courses will be transferred. So there is possibility, but we have to work for that. Now nobody will come and shower it on us. We have to work for that. How my subject, the subject which I teach, how can I make it interdisciplinary by integrating the necessary relevant elements for education. For example, now the sustainability. Sustainability is a very important subject. Sustainability science. In all disciplines, sustainability science is very important. So modules on sustainability are available. A large number of them. If you Google, you will find large number of institutions offering, not just universities, very important civil society organizations like UNDP, UNESCO, in their website also you can find out linkages towards sustainability. Sustainability is very important. Similarly, agriculture. Of course, we say that our universities are not part of the agricultural university system. We are part of the higher and technical higher education only. The agriculture is different, but agriculture sustainability is very important. Probably we can look at those possibilities. Some of these universities also have looked at it, and they are trying to link with our institutions. So what I want to say is, when I say readiness, with this 40% flexibility, I do not know how many universities, how many institutions are using it now. This 40% flexibility, I know Karnataka has introduced the national education policy long ago. It was the first state Sri Lankan committee introduced in Karnataka, probably because of some administrative changes. Things may be slow now, but in principle, the four-year degree program has been started in many of the institutions in the country. So this is this is something about the interdisciplinary education. But then let me look at what is transdisciplinary. What is transdisciplinary? Because within discipline, beyond that discipline itself, beyond the discipline, what are the new knowledges? It is not just transcending across different disciplines within the discipline itself. For example, I am teaching chemistry, or I am teaching physics, I am teaching mathematics, or I am teaching economics. Within that discipline itself, what is beyond that? For example, in that discipline, we have considered certain subjects. In economics, in chemistry, we have been teaching certain subjects. What is in that discipline itself? What is beyond that disciplines? We have beyond that subjects we have taught. That is called transdiscipline. It is not just going to other disciplines, but within the discipline itself, what is the latest advantages? Probably it is maybe with the industry relevance, maybe with the climate change. A lot of new things are related to each and every subject. Each and every subject, there are a lot of new things associated with it. So beyond that subject, beyond that discipline itself, what are the new things happening? That is called transdisciplinary. So we have to just find out. So this is possible only when you read what is happening all over the world, what is happening in research in that particular subject. So these interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary are really different. It is not just mixing certain disciplines together. For example, if I teach chemistry, I am a chemistry student. If I am given an opportunity to learn other subjects also, it is not going to be interdisciplinary. I said it has to be integrated into the subject. For example, how biology can be better understood, how extensive researches in biology is possible by integration of chemistry into that. That is the interdisciplinary. Then looking at chemistry and what is new, what is beyond the conventional organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry, pharmaceutical chemistry, what is beyond in that particular subject is transdisciplinary. And again, talking about the readiness, this is the opportunity we have to avoid. 40% of the credits can be earned from outside. It can be, students can learn it. And now you know that the students get almost every answer, whatever questions they ask to the computer, they get from artificial intelligence answers. The new knowledge, new disciplines are coming. So these are possible. And then in order to avail the interdisciplinariness and transdisciplinary nature into our conventional higher education system, we have some changes in structural opportunities. The four-year degree program has come. In the four-year degree program, it is mentioned, of course, you as teachers, you may know all these things. You know that 1 year can be, if there's a possibility, 1 year can be on full-time research. The students can spend 1 full year on research. And if they spend 1 full year on research, after the four-year degree program, they get, I do not know what is the structure. In Karnataka, you are adopting maybe a BA degree honors. An honors degree can be given, and they can directly go to PhD. Those who have done 3 years, classroom, lectures, practicals, interns, and then 1 full year research, then if they end such a degree, they can directly go to register for PhD. That is already the rules have come, and we have started admitting in a number of universities. we have started admitting like that. So it's an opportunity. So 3-year, we offer them 3-year regular classes and practicals and examinations, and 4-year full-time research devoted for research. And this research need not be in the college itself. It not be in the parent university itself. It can be in the industry. It can be from any other institution also. And now you know that in our country, those who, several foreign universities are also coming in a big way. Through their digital versions, several universities are coming. And then number of students, number of students get, when I say number, it's not a large number, it's very small number. A small set of numbers in our programs, they get an opportunity to go abroad for a semester. A semester exchange program is happening with foreign universities. Canada, Australia, Germany particularly, good number of students are now going because they are all finding it difficult to get students from their own country. So they are, of course, they know the potential of Indian students. Their Indian students are really good, and therefore they are trying to get for one semester, up to one semester, or even up to 2 semesters. Some of the universities are taking students, they are paying them some scholarship, and this can be integrated into our degree program. Of course, we have not only I do not know, maybe 1 or 2 universities in the country, they have only started sharing joint degree program and all that. It's not that common anyway, to my knowledge, but credits can be transferred. What is required is there has to be again some sort of an articulation. And then in order to have interdisciplinary and transdisciplinarity in education, another structural innovation which has been proposed by the government of India, that through the National Education Policy, UGC, and all that, is the professor of practice. So you know that in the conventional university system, we teachers, we have all come through a postgraduate degree, then a net qualification, a PhD. All these things are required for getting appointed as a teacher, for an associate professor, professor, and all that. Several qualifications. UGC has prescribed certain regulations. University has adopted, and these are all good systems. They have all proved to be right. But now there is possibility that all universities, all autonomous institutions, all colleges which have the wherewithals, they can take people from industry who do not have any such qualification. So somebody who teaches in the university or college can also be a practitioner from the industry, from profession. They should have some sort of an accomplishment of 15 to 20 years in industry. And you know that good number of industries, they have large number of people they are ready to come to the universities. Particularly in industry focused, industry dense cities like Bombay or Bangalore, such possibilities are there. So we can definitely look how we can approach these people to offer maybe 5 to 10 hours of lecture per month to our students by way of some honorarium. And so you know that there are senior people who are ready to come to the colleges on some sort of a gratis basis also. So we have to just look at. So University Grants Commission has come out with the guidelines of professor of practice, and good number of professor of practice are being appointed. So this is also an opportunity. Getting people from the industry who has a different type of domain expertise, a different type of application-oriented domain expertise into the university system. So we have to avail that. This is again a way of getting ready for interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary and education and work integrated learning. For example, such professors can spend a few weeks in our universities. They can teach, They can conduct their examinations. All these possibilities are there. And therefore, we have to just look at the professor of practice also for bringing out interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary education. Then internships, for example, now several autonomous institutions in the country, they are also given the freedom to change from semester to trimester. So there are certain institutions in certain disciplines like management, engineering, university. Such institutions are sending almost alternate semesters to the industry. Not all the students, selected students to the industry. Almost alternate trimesters and semesters. When I say all these things, it is not that possible to introduce such things overnight in majority of the institutions. But we can just try. Maybe a first step in this regard is possible. Like that. Similarly, of late, the government of the University Grants Commission has also suggested that faculty, teaching faculty in our institutions. Of course, now I know that government-aided posts are also much less in all colleges and universities, because I also work with the UGC, and I mainly work with the public institutions. New posts are not coming. But for example, when there is a change in our institutional, student numbers and all that, in certain disciplines, there may not be students. Probably then we have to think about how our faculty, for the permanent faculty, it is a lot of work and a lot of difficulties may be there. But even I am suggesting that contract faculty or faculty appointed by the management, they can be sent to industries. They can be sent to industries for maybe 1 or 2 months. That is for once in 2 years or 3 years, they can be sent to industries. So let them spend 2 to 3 years there, and 2 to 3 months per year there, and that will also get opportunity. And then when in transdisciplinary and interdisciplinary education, we had just look at research in a big way. I mentioned about the importance of research. So research is going to be an integral part of undergraduate education, postgraduate education for sure, and then with the industry support. We have also industry fellowship programs in research. This also we have to just look at how we can send our students to industry. And then in addition to these, these type of preparations for bringing our institutions into the interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary nature, we should also look at the professional agencies in education in the country. When I say professional agencies, for example, you are in Bangalore, the Indian Academy of Sciences is there, National Academy of Sciences, Delhi, Indian National Science Academy in science. Similarly, in humanities, so Indian Council for Social Science Research, Indian Council for Philosophical Research, ICFAI, such organizations are there. And for each, then in language and literature, we have the Sahitya Academies. For state level Sahitya Academies are there, central Sahitya Academies are there. You will ask, what are they doing? What do we have to do with them? They have also, it is called Academy of Letters, Sahitya Academy is Academy of Letters. They have also very specific program, not big money or anything, but students and teachers, postgraduate students and teachers can spend time there. Similarly, in Shimla, there is an institute known as Institute of Advanced Studies. Institute of Advanced Studies, Old Rashtrapati Bhavan in Shimla. It is an inter-university center by the University Grants Commission. There are specific programs, just like FDP you are conducting. There are specific programs all through year in the Institute of Advanced Studies, Shimla, for very specific programs. In Bangalore, you have the Indian Institute of Social and Economic Change. No, I don't remember the exact name. It is a very premier institution in social economic. Similarly, under the Reserve Bank, we have the Reserve Bank academic institutes are there. Indian Institute of Population Studies are there. So in humanities, social sciences, languages, literature, then of course, In science, the chain of that over 30 CSIR labs are there, and the DBT there are laboratories. If you just look at this during the last 2 months, number of advertisements have come regarding summer fellowships and winter fellowships for undergraduate students and postgraduate students from different national institutions. Good number of applications, good number of advertisements. So, 2 months summer fellowship, 2 months winter fellowship for undergraduate and postgraduate students from colleges, Indian Academy of Sciences, all joint academies of sciences, premier institutions like Indian Institute of Science, IITs, some central universities. They are also conducting such programs. It is very, in these programs, when students are going, they get an opportunity to understand what is the application of the knowledge which is happening there, because they are only learning knowledge and skills in the universities and colleges. They get an opportunity to really see the interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary applications of their subjects. So these are some of the ways by which we have to get ourselves ready for interdisciplinarity, introduction of interdisciplinarity and transdisciplinarity in the collegiate education system in the country. I will stop at this stage at 40 minutes. I will stop at this stage. If you have any specific questions, you can ask. And this is just some sort of discussion which has come out of my experience by interacting with similar number of institutions in this country and abroad, and also large number of institutions in the industry. Similarly, of course, there are a lot of other ways. Now, it is possible that an industry and a college can join together and conduct a program. For example, in specific areas related to industries, engineering and all that, there are joint programs conducted by the college, autonomous college or university, and industries. Joint programs are there. Industries are coming in a big way to support such things. Again, it is not that possible to have all these things in all institutions, but there are institutions which can do that, and that is how we have to look at it. Maybe FDPs of this kind could be a platform for sharing such success stories and good practices so that others can also follow. If you have any very specific questions on any of these things, you can talk to me, and you have my mail ID. You can also write to me. I will be happy to support the students and teachers and institutions in the colleges in the country to get networked with such institutions. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, sir. Your insightful words and enlighten us with your wisdom. Now it's a time for Q&A session. I request participants to ask questions and clarify.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know whether my question is relevant or not. You know that Karnataka is the first state to introduce NEP. And now we are finding very difficult to get the students. I don't know whether you know this fact or not. So I am basically a physics teacher. Especially for physics, we are not getting students. We are under the impression or assumption that NEP is responsible for not getting the students for basic sciences. This is what our assumption. Could you just give a brief idea about that? Another question I would like to ask you is that, especially the students are now in 6th semester in most of the autonomous colleges and even in the university also, but they don't know how to go for fourth year, 7th and 8th semester, and they also don't know whether what type of projects and whether in the same colleges the 4th year will be continued or not. Everything is blank. So could you just give your ideas about these confusions prevail in our state, especially in Karnataka?
Of course, I know about the introduction of NEP. I mentioned it in my lecture. I mentioned the introduction of NEP in Karnataka. It was the first state. Kasturi Rangan himself took the initiative, and probably it is not. It has introduced the 4-year degree program. I'm quite aware. Of course, I have also worked in Bangalore. I was in NAC in the formative stages. I was in the NAC. I had interacted with a large number of institutions. So this is definitely a challenge. For basic education, when I say what is your good name, Professor?
Sir, I am Nagaraju, sir.
Professor
I'm
Nagaraju,
teaching physics.
This is not a new thing. This is a thing happening all over the country now. In conventional basic sciences and all that, there is a large number of seats vacant in conventional universities. But I could see that in national institutions, the new programs have been introduced in basic science. There is big demand. There is big demand for the integrated programs of ICERs. We know that starting with 2 ICERs in Pune and Calcutta, now we have 11 ICERs. A large number of undergrad plus 2 students really opt for the ICER programs and all that. Of course, there is no comparison between the ICER because they get a big scholarship. In conventional colleges, this is not possible. But all over the country, this is a program. It is not. My thinking is that it is not because of NEP that we are not getting students. Probably in science, because you mentioned about science, particularly about physics, very clearly. But because of the lack of maybe changing the teaching of subject of physics, that is one thing we have to really think. You are in Bangalore. If you just look at ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, how many new activities which they have started for encouraging students of physics and engineering, large number of programs. See, for example, SPARK, START. These are all abbreviations, acronyms. So it is very important. For example, in space physics, you have to just look at the number of research institutions coming in a big way in physics. Whether it be in Ahmedabad, there is an institute. Institute of Plasma Research, I don't know. Institute of Space Physics. So we have to just look at ISRO. So, and then just in Bangalore itself, the Indian Academy of Sciences, you can find out how many very specific orientation programs they are conducting, particularly for physics. Of course, I don't have to mention the importance of physics in a city like Bangalore, where C.V. Raman started the whole thing. So when it comes to physics, lot of, for example, Raman Research Institute, Indian Institute of Science, and good number of other ISRO, and good number of other institutions that maybe we have to unconventionally go to them. I am in Bombay. We could get a good number of programs from the ISRO for supporting, for example, 10 days program, 4 weeks program from ISRO supported by. So these are all for physics students, but mainly 70% of the physics students are available. I know that it is not that easy because of the bureaucratic hurdles. It is not that easy for a department to approach, but we have to do that. Then only things will happen. When you mentioned about physics, it is happening basically I am from Kerala. I taught in the universities in Calicut and Mahatma Gandhi University long ago. Large number of autonomous colleges. There are number of seats are vacant. Large number of seats are vacant for basic sciences. But on the other hand, you can see there is a rush for physics, biology, physics and biology, particularly physics, mathematics, and biology across the institutions. Maybe what we have to think is, you know that there is in Indian Institute of Science. I am just looking into highest institutions. I know that we are all from colleges, but even then, Indian Institute of Science started a program, and mathematics and B.Tech in mathematics and data science together. Mathematics and data science, a degree program. Maybe we have to just look at, maybe reorient our programs in such a way. And that was the one thing. What is the problem for? What is the problem behind the less number of students coming for degree programs? Whether the decline in number is due to increasing that from 3 years to 4 years, that you have to conduct a survey. Because I also doubt there could be a possibility, because people will say, oh, it is 3 years, now we have to have 4 years to get a degree, and there may be some sort of a ripple, some sort of a resentment. Students and parents may not be approaching me. We have to create an advocacy. We have to tell that if it is for a 4-year degree program, you have only 1 year MSc. That means total 5 years only. If you have 4-year degree program, for maybe 5% of the top bright students, if they opt for a research in the 4th year, they can directly go for PhD. All these things are new. This has to be a clear advocacy has to be created. But and you think, of course, then we have to also clearly say that all our engineering programs are 4 years. All programs, all degree programs in the whole world, other than India, they are 4-year degree programs. So this is a beginning, and therefore I'm an incorrigible optimist. Therefore, we have to create a clear advocacy, and then things will change. I fully endorse your view that because of the probably lack of proper advocacy and going into the students and telling them all these things, they are in a very doubtful situation. They are in a dilemma, and therefore they are not taking decision to come to the course. That is my only solution is we have to work. As teachers, we have to work. That's the only thing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Vasudevan from the same discipline. Now my question, we had so far get a good enlightening talk from your side. It was very pleasant. My question would be, now that students are doing in degree 4 years course, when they come to PG, will it be reduced to 1 year and or the second year will be some industrial research work or something like that? Or it will be that 2 years will be retained? Can you expand that?
It's very clearly mentioned. It's very clearly mentioned. Any student of completing the 4-year degree program, the post-graduation is only 1 year. It's clearly mentioned. So whenever you are in the 4th year, the next year, that year onwards, the post-graduation will be only for 1 year. And post-graduation all over the world also is only for 1 year. So 4-year degree, and I think now we have not reached 4 year. As you rightly said, you are the first state in the country. So this year, next year, and we will be completing 4th year. No, next year, and we will be completing 4 year, and thereafter, all the postgraduate program will be 1 year. And in a university, I sit in a university now. So our university has even designed the 1 year postgraduate degree program. So answer to your question clearly is that post-graduation will be only for 1 year. And if 4-year degree program, if there is research in the 4th year, if they are doing it, some of them, don't send all the students to research, only those who are interested. 4 years, they are taking research. They can go directly, without a postgraduate degree, they can directly go to PhD.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, namaste. My question is, if I am going to do 4-year degree in one discipline, can I change my discipline in the 5th year, that is post-graduation?
That, of course, I may not be able to give a direct answer now, because now for post-graduation, as per the new policy, the post-graduation is mostly interdisciplinary in nature. In a different subject means you might have definitely learned at least 50% of the postgraduate subject which you want to do in the undergraduate program. Otherwise, it's not possible. That is possible in all. For example, even in the old system, in our conventional university system also, there was a possibility or certain degrees they can go for the you know that earlier we had the subsidiary and main subjects in our university system. There are opportunities for those students to take an MS postgraduate degree in the subsidiary subject also in certain universities, not in a big way. So definitely you can take a different degree, but different postgraduate degree, which is and that subject should have been part of the undergraduate degree at least to 50% level. That is it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, namaste. I'm from the Department of English. Thank you so much.
Which college? Which college?
National College, Jayanagar, sir. Thank you so very much for bringing out the nuances between interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary. I was eagerly waiting actually for your definition. My question to you, sir, in our department of English, actually, we do give add-on courses. That cater to the special needs of a sizable number of students who want to take it up privately. So is there any other way to address this transdisciplinary need among the students? Thank you.
For example, in transdisciplinary in English, when it comes to English language, probably you have to just look at the maybe language theories. I do not know. Linguistics is not part of the language. Probably that's possible thing. Maybe the new literature. You know that of course you are a professor of English. The new literatures are there. These are the things you can just look at a transdisciplinary. And then add-on courses, of course, we have been doing it for several years now. For example, translation studies. Along with English, you know that now there are good number of even translation studies in a country like you, and translation studies is going to be very important across the world. Now I wonder, of course, I'm from the old generation, how easily you can translate. For example, you just show your this thing to a Kannadiga test. I will get that. I can read it in Malayalam. There are programs like that. You just show on the screen. You have the Kannada text, and with that program, Kannada to Malayalam, I just show it on I can read in my thing in Malayalam. My assistants taught me here. I did not learn it. This is the way things are happening. So translation is going to be very important. Of course, we are all enjoying the benefits of translation. How quickly you are translating. I am sitting in Bombay. I get almost all the orders from in Marathi. I do not know even anything about Marathi, but I can immediately translate all the Marathi government orders into English just by showing my thing to that text. Is possible. So translation is going to be very important. And in a country like India, it's more important. Translation is very important. For example, in civilization studies, you are telling about Professor of English. We have started as Department of Civilization Studies. You might have heard of a big name, Professor Ganesh Devi. I don't know whether Ganesh Devi is a all the Indian traditional old language, dying languages, and also he worked on that. So he's working with us in civilization studies. So English, there are a lot of possibilities across the country, and it's a global language. It is not English we are teaching now. There are English of different kinds all over the world now, whether it be African English, New Zealand English, or Indian English. There are different varieties, so we can definitely look at it. I know we are not only teaching literature, maybe English literature and the conventional classics and all that, but connecting with other languages is the term. So my short answer to the question is looking at technology in language, and looking at we have the FLU, English and foreign language universities there in Hyderabad. There are also similar institutions. We have to just look at the possibilities. Maybe we have to link up. That's why I mentioned about Sahitya Academy, several other institutions which are looking at languages. And in Mysore itself, there is an Institute of Indian language. There's a big institute.
Regional studies. I think there's a regional studies.
English, of course, I know
And see if
a number of professors working there in that institute in English. So there are possibilities. We have to just look at. So similarly, if you look at the programs of Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, Shimla, you will see language, literature, and translation studies, short programs and all. So what we have to do is we have to maybe don't stick on to the old basket of add-on courses. Probably we have to add into that basket new programs which are related to language, literature, and technology in translation, all these things. Machine translation, I don't know whether machine translation, elements of machine translation is taught. These are all possibilities, translation studies. Then in media studies, the importance of language, I don't have to mention it to you. You will definitely have a department of media, journalism and media studies. How English department can interact with this department is also very important. Thank you.
Sir.
The online participant can unmute yourself and go for the questions.
Good morning, sir. I'm Dr. Shobha from National College, Jayanagar, sir. Thank you very much for very, very informative talk, sir. Very informative. And I have put in 39 years of teaching experience, and still I heard as if it is new innovation from your side, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, ultimately, what we are looking, and especially in Karnataka, and our senior colleague mentioned, the students' strength has been decreasing in science stream, any core subject, and that has been occupied or encroached by BBA, BCA, commerce, and other computer interface programs because of need of the employability. And now when the students come and ask for the admission, the first question they ask is, do I get a job soon after this 3-year degree? That is one. Second thing, the 4th year that what I have mentioned, it's excellent, but III, Industry Institute and Interface programs are, of course, can be taken in the 4th year. What about the job opportunities after that 4th year, sir? And that is one more last question. Can the students in the 4th year adopt or take just an internship with the stipend so that soon after completing that, they can be absorbed in the industry or the company in which they are taking internship, sir? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Of course, students will be asking questions about the job. Otherwise, we have to, maybe what we have to do is in the conventional courses, you have to prepare a set of frequently asked questions. Even in preparing the brochure of your program, you have to prepare some sort of an FAQs and then address, give the answers to that questions. Making these subjects job oriented, that is very important. Maybe you have to work with certain industries, internships, even from 2nd year or 3rd year onwards. 3rd year onwards, introducing internships. But it's not possible for a large number of AICT has come up with internship programs. Some industries have advertised internship programs regularly. National Skill Development Corp, NSDC, I do not know whether you have the NSDC center in your college. NSDC has skill development programs. For example, for any conventional program, they have identified good number of skill development programs, short duration, 5 to 6 weeks. They provide the capabilities to do that. I don't know what is that department called. There is department of, there is a separate department. So that you have to look at it. So maybe your board of studies in your own subject has to just look at the skill development courses and value addition courses which are relevant to that subjects, and make it up to date, make it current to the industry. And then it is not that industries are not requiring large number of people. Industries require large number of people. And if they get an opportunity, to be working with you, during the transactions of the various courses, to be working with you means not that they have to be employed there, but you take some of the skill development modules. Some of the industries, they have already started, they are developing modules. Maybe when it comes to physics, you have to identify the related job development modules. Similarly, chemistry, similarly, biology, similarly, other subjects. So commerce and other disciplines are evident, but for these subjects also, you have to tell them that there are opportunities. And then in basic sciences, you should also make them aware that there are great opportunities in basic sciences all over the world. In biology, for example, it's a revolution happening all over the world. But the thing is that we have to provide the right kind of, very, very focused, with thorough understanding of the basic knowledge in that subject. We have to provide education. And if we provide that education, I think they will find out ways. Now, large number of undergraduate students are going abroad. Undergraduate students, after first degree. After first degree, they are going abroad. Earlier, only postgraduate students start going abroad. Now, not only undergraduate students or postgraduate students, from even after +2, large number of students are going abroad for education, and they need only spend first year some money for education there. From second year onwards, I have been traveling to by invitation to some of the developed countries for during the last 2-3 years. I see large number of undergraduate students studying in foreign universities excellently well, and they have paid only first year. They have to pay the tuition, but the second year onwards they are toppers and they are getting scholarships, and along with work they are learning also. Similarly, you have to also start some sort of a work integrated learning with your programs. Just give them some opportunities. Again, numbers will be difficult. If there are 48 students in 50 students in a class, you only maybe 10 of them. Give them opportunities to work integrated learning. Let them go to a factory, let them go to an industry, let them go to and let them experience. And these numbers will increase. And based on that advocacy, probably more things will happen. So it is not just because of the lack of openings in basic sciences, people are not getting jobs. It is because of the lack of proper interaction with the industry and research institutions. These things are not happening. Institution, for example, undergraduate education happening in premier institutions where industry and research institution collaboration is there. They are all highly placed. So this should be possible for other institutions also. Maybe this is a beginning. We are changing. This is going to be a paradigm shift. We have to just look at all these things. The autonomy, for example, as per the new education policy, we say that all the institutions, all the colleges in this country will be universities by 2035. You know that proclamation by the government of India. So all the institutions will be universities, and therefore you will have more freedom. Then resources have to be found. That's very important. So working with the industry is very important. Just look at Bangalore, what type of innovative industries and research establishments from all over the world are coming to Bangalore. Bangalore, Mysore, all these areas, Mysore, but lot of institutions. I think you have to go to them, you have to invite them, you have to tell them that we are ready to, our students will be your ultimate, what is the ultimate beneficiary will be you, and they will be looking at it. We are all working like that. That's the only thing. Because these are all natural things in a transformation, and let us hope for the best.
Thank you very much, sir. Even NAC is also expecting the same kind of interaction between II, industry and institution. And I know it's very difficult. Sir, last question. I'm not biased, but still, since I have heard of some programs are, for women only. Like some say, to mention, I have heard of Kalpana Chawla program. It is mentioned that women faculty can make use of some project and other things. In your experience, vast experience across the country, if you have any such link, can you please throw light on that? Because many women institutions are participating here, more than 25 institutions.
Thank you very much. So of course, you know that in higher education and research, there are a good number of programs which are specifically intended for women, in particularly women in science. There is a program. You just look at women in science, it's a DST program of promoting women in science. Good, number of scholarships they are giving. It's called Women in Science. And there is also one or two programs. I don't remember exactly the names. Under the DST, SCRB, there are a good number of programs. All government departments have a program for enhancing the diversity. Since you asked that question, I have a scheme right now in my hand. For example, the major, some of the major chemical industries in the country, in the good globe, they are all trying to enhance the diversity, because in the industry floor, the number of women are less. So global companies are coming, like for final year undergraduate students and final year postgraduate students who are women, for lady undergraduate and postgraduate students. There are very specific scholarship programs supported by the industry. You can just look at the link, Google, and look at BASF. BASF is a multinational company. They are providing such scholarships. Number of companies have come out, and we have worked with a company, and we have first batch of women graduates. They have all got placement in the industries by training, getting the opportunity for a 5 months training in the industry floor supported by the industry. So we work with them. They also want to show their what is the diversity, and they know that large number of women are getting educated, but they are not coming to the industry in a big way, particularly. And now mechanical industries and all that, they have very specific programs. Look at the CSR activities of major companies in the world and in India. You will see each company has a very specific program for enhancing the diversity, that is increasing the number of women working in their industry. There are very specific programs. Please look at their websites and CSR, corporate social responsibility website, in addition to the programs of the government, which I mentioned.
Thank you very much, sir. Your suggestion and your advice is definitely going to be a boon for all of us.
Look into my, probably you can just look at, I have just reflected upon it through social media, some of these programs which we recently concluded. A large number of girls got employed by that. You can just see that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, if you allow me, I want to have one more clarification regarding.
I have had stop at 11:15. I have to stop because I have another meeting.
Okay, sir.
Maybe 5 more minutes.
Only in brief.
Yes, please.
You mentioned about 40% of the syllabus outside the curriculum, but actually in an autonomous college, parent university will nominate one subject nominee. And that subject nominee will be there, and he will normally say that only you can change 20% of the syllabus and not more than that. I don't know whether you heard of this or not.
I know that because it is ultimately the university. You know, if only the university permits, because they are giving the degree. Because I said I am working in a university, but 40% is the thing which is allowed. But of course, now that is a regulation. But if the university says that, for example, Bangalore University says that, you have to follow that. What else? But through your academic council, you have to make an advocacy. That's all what we can do. So, of course, I know that in this state also, in Maharashtra also, the parent university says that you can take 10% from this, 10% Swayam, 10% from that they prescribe. But now I do not know whether the empowered autonomous colleges have come into your state. I'm not very sure. In Maharashtra, we have the empowered autonomous colleges, which is the next step to the university. In the empowered autonomous colleges, even in the only the final degree certificate, final mark list should only be sent to the university. No other intervention even in academics in syllabus by the parent university. No other intervention. It is called empowered autonomous colleges. Some of the, I think in Maharashtra, it has come into practice. But of course, you know that in the affiliating system, we have been facing this difficulty. Change is very difficult across the only when somebody is proactive at that stage, in the university leadership stage, things will happen. But things are happening, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. K.T. Vasudevan, PG Coordinator, Physics Department, to provide a vote of thanks.
Before we concluding this program, please switch on your camera for attendance. All participants requested to switch on your camera for attendance.
Very good morning, sir, and good morning to all my colleagues here. It was indeed a pleasant and an enlightening talk from your side, very informative, as my other colleagues said. It was such a nice occasion, and we could understand many of the things, and still we have got some more questions with us, and then probably we will interact with you via email. And I propose my vote of thanks on behalf of the National Education Society management and the National College. Once again, I convey my thanks to you, sir. Thank you very much. Also, I once again thank all the participants for having actively participated in the program and contributing to the growth of the education society. Thank you very much.
Online participants, please switch on your camera for attendance purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all.
Dear participants, tomorrow we are going to have the resource person, Professor V.S.S. Kumar, former chairman of NITTER, National Institute of Technological Teachers and Training and Research. We expect all the participants to be there online by 9:45 a.m. Thank you.